Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel all about BI. In this video, we are going to continue learning about triggers in Microsoft Fabric. What we discussed in the previous session was how do we attach a trigger to a pipeline so that whenever a file gets added to OneLake folder, that pipeline has to run. So that is what we discussed in the previous video. So let me take you through that pipeline now and then I'll explain you what we did in the previous video. If you have time, I request you to go and watch the previous video so that you can learn end to end. All right. So this is the pipeline wherein we used the copy activity in the previous video for demo. But this session is going to be about handling delete event. In the previous video, we discussed how do we create a create event trigger, file created a trigger. This time, file deleted trigger. So how do we even do that? So just click on add trigger and choose OneLake events. Let it be the six selected events, all of them. File deleted, file created, and then folder created, folder deleted, everything let it be there. Just make sure you are choosing the proper lake house wherein you want to detect the events, and then choose the appropriate folder. Whenever something gets deleted from this folder, we have to capture it. That is the requirement. So I'm just choosing my workspace, my lakehouse name, as well as the folder in which I want to understand or identify file deleted event. Okay. So this is about monitor part. In the action part, we are telling Fabric that you have to run this YouTube pipeline. That's it. And then you can just save it as a new activator item. I will call it a delete trigger. So this is going to take 2 minutes for me. So I'll just pass this video until that. Okay. So we have an alert created now. The location is delete trigger. Alert was successfully created in delete trigger. Alert will take action when the condition you set is met. You can open the activator to view the events. Okay. So what are the event types that are handled? All of these events. Okay. So I'm not going to open this, and instead I'm going to show you the set variable activity settings. What is the set variable activity doing? See, we are going to capture file deletion event, right? And there are certain parameters associated with each trigger. So I just wanted to print what are these parameters, what are the values that these parameters bring in. So for that I added a set variable activity, and then if you expand this you will understand it really better. So what we are doing, we are just printing the file name that is triggering the event using this particular command, and then the folder path where that file was there, and then source of the trigger, subject of trigger, finally type of trigger, whether it is file created type or file deleted event, all of these. So from where we get all these expressions, if you click on trigger parameters, you will be seeing all these five parameters. So we are just mentioning it in the expression so that we understand them better. So we have to save this. So in order to save this, I'm just changing the pipeline or the activity name once, and then I'm saving it. One thing that I noticed here is whenever we are adding a trigger, it gets created as an alert, but when you click on add trigger again, the previously set alert is not coming. Okay, it again asks us to select the source and save location, everything. So it's not persisting. But in ADF or in Synapse, whenever we create a trigger and attach, we will see the number of triggers that are already associated with the pipeline, right? That's not happening here. That is just an FYI, but it doesn't mean that the alert is not going to work. It's anyway, it's working, but yeah, you're not able to see it here after it is created. So where you can view it, go to real time and then Fabric events, OneLake events. You will be seeing the trigger that you created or alert that you created from the remote or the pipeline. So okay, so we have a alert in place. Let's open that. Right now there won't be any information that is coming up here. So let's just test both of them. We will add a file, we will delete a file, and we will just see how it works, right? So I'll just go to my lake house. I'm going to add a new file here. I'm just uploading a file. Once I upload, it should have triggered an event. Okay, so whether it has happened or not, how do we check it? Go to the same real-time tab, and then you can land in the delete trigger portion, and then you will see that an event has happened. Okay, you can just choose last 2 minutes so that you will be able to view it. There is a file created. The subject is case study 1.txt. That is the file name that we uploaded. So this is for file creation event. So let us see how it works for file deletion event. So again, I'm going to the same lake house. Let us delete the case study 1.txt. So it should have again triggered an event now. So if you see here, this is file created, and there is one more which is coming in the bottom. Okay, one for file creation and one for file deletion. So let me just choose within last 5 minutes. Okay, this was created event, and the second one that follows is for deleted event. Okay, so ideally it should have triggered a pipeline execution, both of them, right? So let us go to the monitor tab. Has been triggered 2 times. The execution in monitor tab. Let's search by the pipeline. Okay, 3:55 p.m. One time the pipeline got executed, and then 3:56. So this should have been executed whenever we added a file, and this one whenever we deleted a file. Okay, so let us see the properties. So if you go to the pipeline execution and then you look at the output, you will see that the pipeline has brought certain values in the set variable activity. So if I copy paste that to notepad, you will see these two items during two executions. So one execution brought this value, and the second execution, latest execution, got this value. So when you try to understand it deeper, the first file name brings the actual file that triggered the event. Second, folder path of the file where it was located, and then source. It talks about the tenant details, the workspace id, followed by items. I think this might be the pipeline run id. I'm not very sure about it though. Followed by that subject is nothing but folder plus file path, and type is type of the event, whether it is file created or deleted, folder created, folder deleted. We are handling multiple events, right? So this is the main parameter that we need to know, which activated the pipeline. Okay, so using these parameter values, you can log or store the details into a log table or audit table for your understanding purposes and analytics purposes. Okay, so this is what I wanted to discuss with all of you today. How to track file deleted and file created event, and what and all we need to know about it. Basically, that is what I wanted to tell, which I told in this video. If you have further questions, I request you to post it in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching.